Let me close out this section of the tutorial on sprites with a more thorough review of the last two inks that are available here. Equivalent to a color filter through which the sprite is viewed. So notice that this is now through a yellow filter, red filter, and so on. Kind of an interesting effect there. You can also change the foreground color from the default, which is black, to get very interesting color effects that again can be animated. I'll be demonstrating animation techniques later. In general, you'll notice that Darken tends to darken the sprite, whereas Lighten tends to lighten the sprite. Lighten changes the effect of the foreground and background color properties of a sprite. Remember that Lighten tints the colors in a sprite lighter as the background color gets darker. And then notice that when I go black, it's all the way washed out. If I go white and black, notice that it's back to normal. So notice as I make this darker, the background color chip darker, it gets lighter and lighter until I go to black, and then it's white all the way. So again, you can get some interesting color effects here by changing the various colors in the foreground and background color chip interfaces here. That's kind of an interesting effect right there. So there you have a more detailed review of two of the inks here in the ink drop-down menu. That will conclude this section of the tutorial. I covered Sprite inks, how to change sprite appearance, and how the sprite appearance is different than the appearance of the original cast member in the cast window. I also reviewed in detail various techniques for selecting sprites, including sprite spans and individual sprites in a frame, as well as an overview of how to create sprites and their sprite properties. Let me now move on to the next section of the tutorial and review more about using text in Director 11.